So good morning, good Sunday morning, how are you going? My name is David and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching. Thanks to all the subscribers who have been subscribing, and thanks to everybody who have been learning and WhatsApping, calling and pouring out everything. So this is the one that everybody want to know about, right? So we're going to do Landi part 2. The last one I did, I answered some questions. So this one here, we're going to talk about every single thing about a Landi. Now I'm going to tell you one time. I'm going to tell you. This video is going to be at least an hour to 2 hours long. So if you want, from now, continue your business. We'll sit down and learn something. And stop getting robbed from people. Right? So let me start to explain this for you. First thing first, as far as I ask myself a question, I go answer that question. So it will be much more better for you to understand. And you won't have to call me. Yeah, you won't have to call me. You're going to understand everything on this video. But you can still call me. And when you cook your food, you can still call me. I'll come and eat, right? But let me get this point one time clear. Landi is just one spirit. It have a lot of spirit that is, now you could believe or not, as I saying, I just explaining what I know. I am just telling you what I know, and I am trying to help you from not getting robbed. Because every time you bring somebody to do a Landi prayers, they do tell you what they're doing. They're speaking Hindi, they might speak in French and Chinese. You never understand what they're saying. So you don't know. I explain everything for you in proper English, right? That everybody can understand. Now Landi, doesn't matter the religion, doesn't matter the race, it doesn't matter who he is. All Landi is the same thing, just everybody does do it differently. So if I explain this to you, right, let me just draw a reference and use an Indian. This is the way Indian people let's do it, right? If I explain this to you and use a Chinese person have a different way of doing their own. But it's the same process. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody does do Landi, but everybody have a different process. Sometimes they follow the godly person, they use that, and they're doing it wrong. Right? So you have to understand, Landi is one thing. Just everybody have a different way of doing it. But I'm going to tell you the proper way to do it. So this video is about explaining what a Landi is and what has happened in a Landi. Right? You have to understand as clearly as possible. Because I'll try my best to help you with everything on this video. Right? So let me get started. What is a Landi? A Landi is something it is do for the spirit in your yard. For your property. Listen to what I'm saying, eh? How you just know it have a spirit in your yard? You will never know it have a spirit in your yard unless you feed your Landi. And if you do feel a spirit in your yard, you will feel cold, you will feel a little chill, you will get headache, you can't eat. That is like signs, like warnings. How a Landi came into existence, right? Because I could be lying. Well, let me tell you what happened. Long time ago, hundreds of years ago, people used to have, like kings. We use kings and queens, right? They used to have someone to like a guard for the property, right? And these guard couldn't, like when other kings and queens want to fight for the property, they used to kill all the person, whoever it is, and take that property. So it had people now used to do like spells and voodoo and etc, right? And them kind of terms. And when somebody died and they was loyal to them, they transfer them, take the soul out of the body. Yes, it have Manuscript, and it have people who just be coming to your house and doing prayers could do these things as well once you know what is the Manuscript and what is the prayers in that Manuscript. A Manuscript is a book. There's be in them book that you could do good and bad. You gotta understand what is a manuscript. Right? Indian people, it have different things. Right? But it's the same thing but just different names. Understand what I'm saying? Right? Different religion, different people, everybody, doesn't matter again who they is. Indian, Chinese, African, Germany, Spanish, French, everybody's do a Landi. Right? So it has nothing like religion and all these kind of racist thing, all the internet, everybody just has to do a Landi. It doesn't matter what is, who is. Once you own property, land, you have to do a Landi. You could take it into consideration, or you could just take off your TV and go inside and continue minding people's business. Right? I'm here to teach you something. So you have to listen and understand. Again, we're going back. They used to have them as slave. And when this loyal slave was with them, they used to take out his soul or his spirit from his body and they create a Landi. Like hundreds of years ago, all people could do now is just practice what they leave back. Right? Hundreds of years ago. We're not talking about today or tomorrow or yesterday or the day before. Nothing like that. Right? So they should put them to guard the property now. So no king and nobody could come. And when other kings and queens realize what they're doing, everybody started to do it. So they get the same voodoo man to come and do it. So that same voodoo man know what was going on with this king. So this king can order that king. The next king now can call the same voodoo man that do the thing on his land and say, here I go pay $1 million in gold coin, and the last one only pay him 500 million in gold coin. But remember, this one already know what's going on that one land. So you go call he go inform he what going on, and he could go and cast a deeper spell now. Right? And don't come on my channel and tell me anything about God and all these things, right? Everybody believe in God. We're not talking about God here. So you see that kind of rutishness, get off my channel one time and go and mind your business. Right? We're not talking about God. Everybody believe in God in different ways. This is something about how a Landi exists. So don't come on my channel and right now say that dotish comment saying that God alive and all. We know God exists. Everybody know. We're talking about land here. So kind of mind your business and continue your business. Right? When I post these videos on them, I post them to educate people. A lot of people don't know about it. And when they're paying people to come and do it, it is be wrong. So don't come with your stupidness on my channel. Either you watch the video, you take out your TV and continue your business. Right? This is not about God. God does do his work and we're just talking about Landi. Landi is something totally different. Right? Don't come and say, oh, we go put God and the spirit of God, and then yes, everybody the spirit of God. But how much God can really help you? We know God is God, whatever religion it is, we just talking. We know God is the one that bring you and everything, and he can help you, yes. But who helping people who doing these things to you? I think people always want something, always have argument, always have cost. You could bring somebody to see about your land after 2-3 months back and that's still happening. Why? We're getting down to that later down in the video. So right now, let me just talk about what's going on here now. I don't want to do tishness on my channel. Right? Either you listen or you go inside and continue minding your business. Right? This channel is to educate people and let people understand a little more about Landi. Things that what people don't teach them, I teach them. Now you want to know why the reason I come out and teaching people, right? That is where you must want to find out. Because I don't have to do this. I can get rich off of you. But let me tell you something, it have a lot of people outside that's work real damn hard for the money. And it's just for the family to be happy, and them just want to live happy. And they're just bringing these people to try to make their life happy. Yes, God here, he will keep you safe, everything will be good, right? But it have people in between that just cause the problem. Sometimes you living by yourself and you have your place fence wrong. Right? You don't bother nobody else, go to work, you come back home quiet and still back and all this happen. Why? Explain that to me. But why I explaining this to you, right? And I am the first YouTuber to actually post about Landi. Nobody never do it. So always remember this. I am the first one. And I am educating you. Right? Now we don't go back to the story of how all of this. I go back and watch the rest of the video and you go find out how I know all of this. Right? I ain't getting into all of that today. I just explain how I was started in the process, right? Right. Let me go back again. I don't want no distraction. So I let you know up front when I continue my business. I ain't going to stop to tell you. Don't tell me nothing about no God and all of these dotations and religion. All people, religion, doesn't matter what it is. If I is an Indian, you are African, you are Chinese, everybody is the same people. All of them have houses. Doesn't matter what house they have, what land they have, they still have. Wherever it is, they still have to do a Landi. Right? Because I have a lot of people. I just go by Indian, African, even Spanish people I went by. And all of them didn't even know all these things. And they used to do the, but just they used to do it in a different way. But it's the same process. Just they feed them different things. Right? So remember that. I here to educate every single body. Right? You have your way of doing your things, no problem. Just don't pay people to do it. So that's why I explain in these videos. So you can understand more and you can get educated as well. So you can stop spending all that money every 3 to 6 to 9 to 10. So then you bring it on buy 100 times for you for the year, and you still can't figure out why things not working. I'm going to explain everything on this video. That's why I tell this video going to be 2 hours. So if you don't like the way I'm doing things and you don't want to listen to me for 2 hours, what I now tell you to do? Get up, take off your TV, unsubscribe and continue your business. But here is for people who want to learn and they want to get educated. Instead of paying people, and you could do it yourself. That is why I'm here to help you. Right? So I'm not coming back to this topic. We're done away with this. Let me head into this Landi and let me sort of explain everything. So I get my heads up front. It's straightforward. I don't put nothing in my mouth. I'm not no priest, I'm not no pundit, I'm not no imam. I'm just a human being. I am a nobody. Remember that. I don't want nothing. I'm doing this for free of charge. So if I'm doing it for free, the most you can do is sit down and listen and keep your tongue between your teeth and shut your mouth. Right, let me get back into this. I'm not going to argue again with anybody here because I know it had these stupidities on them. If you stupid, you continue to be stupid. I don't put no water in my mouth to tell you what I need to tell you. If you don't like me, I don't even really care. That don't even bother me. Because I ain't born a hole in me. Right? Everybody just be living good as ever with everybody. If I try to do that once in all their life, everything will be good. And stop criticizing people and stop making people life hard. Right? Everybody live good. Going back to Landi now. Let me get moving on this. Right. So I want to break down this into better terms for you to understand. Let me say I have land back in the days. And I have somebody that's come in my land and well, they used to call them command the spirit, right? Back in them days. The command in the spirit. Now I will pay this person $500, let me just say $500. Right? So that's me, that's my land. I paying this person to come and I paying him $500. Now 10 houses up the road. The same person I just pay $500, get a walk 10 houses up the road. So he will go up there and he will talk and say, yeah, I see you coming by my neighbor and etc. And I see this be doing things for them and then talk to him and I tell him. So he will tell him, yeah, I just come and do things and now we talking Trinidad language here, right? They just do things and things for them. Well, here what going on now, boy. Me, one of my family member, one of my neighbor, I really don't like them. And we don't want nothing to do with them. So here what? How much money they pay to do things for them, I will double it or triple it up. And I want you to make them life miserable. Understand, eh? If I'm talking nonsense, leave a comment and tell me I'm talking nonsense about what I'm speaking right now. Go back in the video if you don't understand and watch it back again. And you go understand. Right? So the one up the road, neighbor next door, he don't like. That one is real close friend, is bread and butter. And you living right there. So the one, you go say, oh yeah, well here what going on now. Now he going to lie. This person who does do the prayers, who doing the prayers to me. He going to say, well, let me pay me $5,000 to do things for them and them the same thing there's apply is that There's one that they don't want nobody to do them nothing. Well, here, I go triple that for you. I will give you $15,000. Because my neighbor don't like them. And they always have a problem. Now me now, I real quiet and humble. But maybe which what this property is, or which what this land is, it value more. Because if my house on top the road and your house down in the back, my house go worth more. Correct? Or if my house down to the back and your house to the front and you want to buy out my whole entire land, you will make my life miserable and try to get my land. So that when your person will just come and do your prayers by you go pull out the book. But any book you have a next book. Right? I won't call names or wherever it is, but this is how it does work. You go pull out the book. You go say what you need to say. Now your D, remember he doing prayers by your house. So he know your D. Literally he know your D because he know everything about you and your family. He know everything, and when he come and do our prayers, he could command your D because he doing your prayers. You not doing your prayers. If you understand what I'm saying. So he own your D. You don't own your D. Understand? So now he go command he D from a manuscript. That is a book. Now this manuscript is a book for good and bad. He could control your D. Right? So he will call upon he D, your D, and make your D miserable. So if your D miserable in your yard, you're going to be miserable. Because he controlling your D. You don't have no control because you bring he to control your D. So, and the first thing, it is your fault. But you didn't know because you didn't have nobody to teach you the correct thing. That's why I here to teach you the correct thing now. So follow me on. If you don't understand, go back and watch the video. That's all you need to do and you will understand. Because this is the best understanding terms I can break down and explain to you in Trinidad language. Right? Now he know your D. He command your D. Because you pay he money to come and do your prayers. For you. So you're stupid. But you didn't know. So now you're going to get smart. So this person you bring to do your prayers, he know my D. So he control my D. So he can raise my D back up. Meaning raising that make their life miserable. But he commanding your D. You know, these people is like they put a chain around your D and they're pulling it. If you understand what I mean. They're pulling that chain. So they're pulling it. That is them slave. Your D itself, you don't control him. But we will explain all that later down the road, right? That is why you always have bacchanal in your place. And you're seeing the same person who does do prayers for you doing it up the road. Or doing it down the road. Or doing it right next door to you. Or if it's not he, it's his brother, his auntie, his nanny, his granny, his uncle. Somebody in the same part of that family. Right there. Now, all of these people and them, let's have a little discussion together. So them go discuss everybody business and they go know who to send. So you won't see that same one. Right? That is how it does work. But you won't know. Because I teaching you now. Now you must see one time when I get all of this information. If I write it wrong, go back and watch my rest of the videos. It will explain everything to you how I get to know. Don't sit down there and expect me to explain this to you now. Go and watch your rest of the videos. Right? So they know everything about you. And they want your place, your land, your property, wherever it is. Right now, it is be different. Sometimes I living in the front and I want to buy the whole of the back and your house on the back there. So I will make your life miserable in the back there. So you go move out and you go decide to sell the place to me. Because I offer you something good. Now they go take that and they wanted that. So once you want something, it is go for it, correct? If you're feeling take rice, dal and bhaji, you go and make rice, dal and bhaji. The same thing applies for this. If you understand what I'm saying, right? So they go know, they go discuss. That one up the road go offer more money for you down the road. So them go double up the cost. That's why they just get rich and you just continuously be poor. Now as I say, me are nothing against nobody. But if they start doing the right thing, I will stop doing these videos. But they will never stop because money is everything for them. That's why I will continue. Now when you feel like done Landi, don't feel like it's the end of it, that's just for your property to have things that they send for you. So you gotta watch all them rest of videos to see what it is be sending for you. And when I explain everything is be sending for you, you go tell me if I'm lying or not. Right? But we going to open up these book and them that all they never understand, all they doesn't understand what they say, I going to open up them book and them for you. Right? And if you feel like uneducated, well, you continue your business. But I'm very well educated. So don't get wax. Right. But I'm breaking down everything for everybody to understand. The reason why I have a lot of older people that go by and the children, they say that they want to break it down for you a little bit. And I have been for a lot of people. And it's the same process. So now they can just put on the TV and watch me and understand better, and I have to go to them because due to COVID, right? But I just still go and help out everybody as best as I can, and they still want me to come even though they understand. I don't know the reason why. Maybe they just like me, or maybe they understand straightforward, and I just tell them the truth. And I don't take no money, so let me get out of the place. I don't take nothing. I just only eat some food, maybe carry some food, and that's it. And I come into you. So that way people maybe like, man, they invite me. Actually, most of them they invite me to come back and lime and, you know, normal thing. Because maybe my attitude and maybe I'm straightforward and maybe I real down to earth, and anything you ask me and you need to find out information, I just pass down for you one time. Right? So we're going back again. Now I'm breaking it down and making the video longer so everybody can sit down and understand. So if you find the video long, it's going to be long because I want to break it down, so I don't have to come back and explain this to you. If you don't understand something, just go back and watch back the video. That is all you need to do. So they know your business, everything, but you know your business and thing. Now, so you're wondering now how they could get your things now. Well, right, that's what we're going to explain. It's like all of them just work together in one. So sometimes you bring one from Kunupia and then you bring one from Grandi. You understand what I'm saying? But that what they was reading in your yard, in your property, your place, it remain right. So when the next one come and he open his manuscript and he said say he prayers in whatever language it is, let we use that. He know exactly what the last one do. And he realized what the last one do. And he won't do it in a weak way, or he would do it in a strong way if he gain more money. So when he read any book now, everything that this last one do, it was already there in your yard. So when he started read now, Daddy going to explain everything to he in the manuscript. So if you go and you read it and you see what he doing and fast as he reading, he will see Daddy, he go feel the he go talk to him. Because the manuscript is like that is the back in the 100 years ago, that manuscript was like a something for them to read, for them to understand what's going on, to control the D, because the D could go against them. You understand what I'm saying? So they will already know what's going on in your yard. And they will tell you, well, you need to move this from this spot here and put it on that spot there. And then you move that from that spot there and put it on that spot there. Because every time they move it closer or further, they already know what's going on in your yard. So it's just a matter of time for you to call them back, for them to collect this. You don't understand how this does work. Right? So you're bringing this person. Now you remember you always have one from, let me say, Kunupia. And this one then decide to come. Because I don't know why the money was paying him wasn't good enough. So you bring in that next one now. Next one will come and say, boy, the kind of thing I seen in this place. But I can help you, but you need to do a 7 days or a 21 days or a 41 days or a 50 days, and the story go along. If you can relate to what I explained there. So now you want your family to be happy, and you want them to stop arguing, you want them to get much more better. You want the place to get light. Let me use that. You want the place to be back happy and everything will be enjoyable, right? So you're gonna spend your money. Again, you spend your money from one stupidity. He didn't walk. Now you're gonna spend your money again for the next stupidity. Now you get fooled, but you didn't know. Right? Now you're knowing. So you're gonna spend your money back by this stupidity now. You give me your money, bam, bam, bam. But again, 3-4 months again, you bring somebody else, you see him process again, see him trouble, see him bacchanal. Then you call him and say, boy, this thing I'm working on now, boy. You go say, boy, that's what it was. So when I was reading my book and I feeling your thing and I feeling something by your leg again, it come back again. But you know, do a prayers by me, you know, do this and this, how that could happen? Well, but it has so much of evil spirit. Actually, yes, it have plenty of them, but you could control them. So they go hit you that too. Well, it have an evil spirit and blah 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 and blah blah. You know, I don't know the story, right? By now, I don't all so stupid. All just know the story. They go blah 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 here with all kind of nonsense in your brain. Now everything I going to explain for you is I just making sure they understand. Because when they see all they don't understand, all they will keep asking for more on it. So that's why I'm breaking down everything and make the video long. Or listen long and watch the blasted video. And shut your mouth. And learn. So they'll come back again 3-4 months again and the same process. Then it won't work again after 8 months. You will find somebody else again. So now you don't take a third person you're bringing in your yard. Eh? Third person. And you spend $1,000 or hundreds of dollars, right? You can relate to me because I know all this stupid. Yeah, but I didn't know. Right? Now I'm not insulting you. But that is literally how you was in that time before you watch my video. So now you're smart. See the difference? So you bring the next one again. You get one from Kunupin and you had Grandi and you're going to Arima now. Bring one from Arima. Same process. You go move that from there and put it there. And who do that? That last? Nah. He didn't know what he was doing, man. What kind of nonsense? They must be practicing things for 20, 30 years and they still don't know what they're doing. So he moved it to a different spot now. And as now he tell you to do something different. He go tell you, well, you need to bust a coconut here. You need to bathe with red lavender. You need to go every morning. You need to get up 6 o'clock in the morning and show this and do that. And they go on, they continue, right? It's a process. Now you again, you come back and you want this peace and mind and now let me get serious. Every time each one of them come and they do the prayers, they do your prayers. You never do your prayers. All of them that come, so don't and eat, be for everybody else. They open the book and saying the prayers, but nobody understand what they're saying. If I lie, I lie. Relate to what I'm saying. They're saying things and nobody don't understand. Right? They go talking away in English to make your mind feel like it's settled, but only settled for when they leave. After a few days, it unsettled, going back to the way it was. Understand what I'm saying? If it's true, it's true. If it's false, it's false. Tell me a lie, tell me a shipping. But I'm telling you what has happened. They just come and make you do a lot of nonsense in your own yard, in your own place, in your own property, in your own four corners. Every time they come, they eat before your Landi. They do things before everybody else in your own house eat, which is wrong. They tie down your Landi. They own him, and they could raise him back up. Raise him up back, they can make bacchanal in between the family, in between people in this house. Or they can raise a bacchanal where the people are wrong here. So you will be miserable inside that house. That is how it is work. And it has hurt me to see people out there crying. Right? And they can't be happy. And they just want to be happy. That is why I start doing this. Because I go by a lot of them and you see the tears on them. You see the sadness in them. And it just really hurt me. Because they're paying them. You're paying them, eh? You're paying them money. And if you're billing something and you pay somebody to do something and it fall along on you, you're going to say the person no good. But the person who's doing your thing no good. But you see, you believe in them. Because they didn't know the truth. Well, yeah, I here to tell you the truth now. I am here, I telling you the truth. As I say, I is not no priest, pastor, nobody. I is just nobody. I like an angel just coming and making sure your eyes open. Right? That is what it is do. There's hurt here. Because you hard earned money that you work for about 4 months, 5 months just going on. Because it's about 4,000-5,000 to do our prayers. Doesn't matter what religion, it is going to cause you that now. Because when you have to buy this and you have to do this and you have to bring them and you have to give them money and blah 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 blah. It's going to cost you at least $3,000-4,000. Go on, how long it taking you to make that whole month? So a whole month of your sweat and hard earned money just going on doing for nothing, and after 2-3 months, it back up because the week came back up. Now I'm going to tell you everything and I want you to learn. So they do what they have to do and then you're going back again with your same dotations, you bring the next one again to work and the same process continue. But you want to stop all that now. So let me start to stop it. Landi is part of your family. Right? It doesn't matter if you just go to church, if you just go to temple, you just go mosque, you just go wherever you want. You can believe in God, you can believe in Allah, you can believe in Jesus, you can believe in Mother Lakshmi. At the end of the day, all of them have nothing to do with a Landi. A Landi was passed on from centuries ago, and they put somebody in your land to take care of your land. Right? That is like a spirit. As I tell you, go back and watch back the video and you will understand. That's nothing with God or nothing like that. This is totally different. Every morning I wake up, I say, God, today's the next day, help me, bless me, guide me, keep me safe. On a journey again, carry me out. And I go on. You realize I never had nothing to mention with no land here? That is about me, keeping me safe. But who keeping your property safe? Who keeping your land safe? Who keeping your house safe? God, right? He's watching after you. But who watching after all of this? You understand? If there was 6-7 billion people in the world, and God had to watch all of them, all God is one God. Correct? Doesn't matter your religion. Just religion and different ways of belief and all these things, they just make everybody totally different. But that one God. Let me get that out of you one time. So God seen about you. Who seen about your place and all your things are wrong here and all these things. That way Landi is coming. Them just take care of your house and your car and your place, and when you're home, make sure everything's safe and keep them thing going. So it's something you have to understand. It's totally different. So your Landi now. Right? If you have people doing things for your Landi, it come like you're paying them for a service. And your Landi, when you see people come by your house, even if your Landi day or you not day, you just come to see what's going on. So when you pay these people that you're bringing in your house to do your prayers, you're not doing it. It is your prayers. And you're paying people to come and do your prayers. Understand what I'm saying? You pay them that land, you see you're paying as a service. So way back, it's the same thing goes on. When he used to pay that one and that one used to command the Landi. You don't want to command your Landi. You don't want him to be a slave. Because something go bad if you go around and help you. How you go around and help you? You just feed him, you just take care of him, no somebody else doing it for you. So he don't take nothing from you, he don't take no orders from you. He don't listen to you until you start to do the right thing. Then he go listen to you. Because right now, when you bring somebody, they eating before he. They collecting money for a service. You're paying for it. And they don't like that because they have them as a slave. Yeah, it could be making nonsense or it could be the truth. But you put nonsense into common sense and see how stupid you was before you watch my video. And then you're going to realize who was really stupid, if it's me or if it was you. Now I am not saying you're stupid, but you was stupid before you watch me. And now you're getting smart. Right? You don't understand. I was stupid once when I didn't know certain things. And when I learned, I ain't stupid again. So you're learning. And there's the point. I'm educating you. As best as my abilities can carry me. Right? So, you understand now that who you was paying to see about your land, it was not you. You was paying for them to see about it. You was feeding them to see about it. Right? So let me cut that out one time. Let me tell you what you need to do now. Every year is either 6 months or 1 year. You could do a Landi. Right? Landi, not expensive to do. Your Landi is just want to get food. Right? It's come like you have to feed them like when you have a child and when you instead of cry, you just get hungry. So that way in your house, you just hear knocking on top of your roof. You just hear sweeping on top of your roof. You hear noise on your roof. Sometimes you sit down and you see things passing through your eye. You're seeing these things. You don't know what it is. Sometimes you sit down and you're feeling cold. You're feeling that chill and you're not feeling comfortable. Your Landi not happy. So you have to make him happy. He is trying to give you a warning. Sometimes you're dreaming something and you don't know what that dream was, but I had a horrible dream. or had a good dream, you had to sit down and think about what your dream was. You ever realize, as play with us, when you tell you what your dream and you mark this bus, boom! Is it because your dream? Your spirit and them in your mind now. You have our land, there is a two spirit. A good and a bad. They just defend your body. They just give you dreams. So if the Landi giving you a dream, the dream go come to you. Because when you ever, I don't know if you ever sleeping and sometimes you're dreaming something and you just wake up and you start to cough like you lost breath. Well, right, your spirit is roam and give you a dream. So it just give you a heads up what something going to happen. You see, you never sit down and think about your dreams. You understand? So it could be a serious dream, it could be a good dream. You just have to think about what you dream. And each family member in your house, you have to find out what they dream. Well, what you dream? Well, I dream so and so and so. Oh, okay. Alright. And you sit down now and you start to think about it. If there's anything bad or anything, you have to do it every day. But somebody must get a bad dream. And when they get a bad dream, you have to figure out what that bad dream mean. You understand what I'm saying? Just give you a warning up front. If something starts to happen, they'll give a few days warning. There's help here. Your spirit, not to discourage you, your spirit is to help you. The same thing applies for your Landi. You have two spirits, a good one and a bad one. As I say, if you're walking around, you bounce your foot, your bad one going to come out your mother so and so. Right? Remember, I do that in my last video. Go and check out the last video, go understand why I explain it. Right? So, your Landi now, you have to make he happy. And for he to make you happy, you have to do the right thing. And what is the right thing? Because plenty people come and do things and we never happy. Plenty people. Was not you or somebody in your house. Plenty people. Who is these people? You know who it is. Who come? You understand what I'm saying? Plenty people. You bring and I still can't be happy. Nothing can be. We always have bacchanal with the neighbors. We always have bacchanal with this one. They always fighting me for this, and we doesn't be happy, and we seeing things in we place and all kind of thing, and yeah. Been there, know the whole story of everybody, and everybody is the same thing because you're not taking care of your land properly. Because I just go by plenty people and I help a lot of them and I just do it for free. And I can enlighten you that everybody's have the same problem you go by. Same problem. And the same people that bring in it, doesn't matter what religion this is. Religion is and it is the same blasted thing. So you see, everybody is the same, they're just not getting the right thing done. Well, we're going to talk about doing the right thing now. Right. So, doing the right thing in your Landi. How to do the right thing in your Landi. Well, first thing first, don't bring nobody to do nothing in your land. It is yours. It is not nobody else's own. Now, you want to answer a simple question first so everybody got a better answer. Sometimes one brother owns something, one sister owns something, one auntie owns something. It's a whole, let me say 5 lot of land and 5 different people own it. Yes, no problem. You just do what is yours. You just have to do what is yours. So if you own 1 lot, you go and do things on your 1 lot. The rest of them, let them fix the business by yourself. You want to make your lot happy. Your land on your lot. Right? Now you must be wondering, if you have 10 acres, how one land they share up that 10 acres and we split it up on there. Landi just pass on one spirit to the next one. So if every individual, everybody had to get a Landi. So if a Landi, let me say we own 10 acres and that share up into 10 people, 10 Landi will come into that land. Because every land had to have a Landi. That is how it was back in them days and that's how they put it. You understand? It doesn't amount a big amount it is. Everybody, if they want to start a share, a land is actually just come into your land. Right? A spirit or an animal or something like that. If you want to use that kind of terms now. Right? So that is what has happened when you split up the land. So let me clear out that so you have a better understanding one time. Every piece of land that you own, once it come on your name, you're entitled to a Landi. That is what the Manuscript and things say back in the days. If you don't understand what I explain, go back and watch my rest of videos. And don't ask me to explain this again. Right. So the land split up, every blah 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 blah, and everybody get a piece, you are your piece. What to do? First thing first, it is your land. It is not the person you bring in for them to do something for you on your land. It is your land. First thing first. So let me get out of it. That is your land. What I need to do? Well, if you want to do a prayers for your land, on your land, you do it yourself. 3 types of prayers that I have always explained. It have the blood one, it have the rum one, and it have the Satta one. Alright? Blood one is when you sacrifice an animal in your land. But here the thing about this. Right? I want to break down everything so you can understand. When you sacrifice an animal, now it are different ways you can sacrifice an animal. Eh? So don't get me wrong. We just use one term. Different people, different things. You sacrifice an animal in your land. A year pass, the person die. Who does do the sacrificing? 2 years pass. Nobody ain't do nothing. 3 years pass. Nobody ain't doing nothing. But then you see all your family members that drop like flies. What happened there? Well, the blood that you were supposed to be feeding this day, he was not getting it. So if you can't get that animal blood, he coming for your family blood. You didn't know that. I educate you. Now people does do it because there's passed on generation to generation. So if something doesn't stop. But you could consider what you want. As I say, if this person die, let me just say the person died, never had nobody that follow on, they just come after a family member. So you go see them sort of drop like flies. Understand that, right? The second one is the one with the rum, the cigarette and the biscuit. A lot of people just do that. Right? Let me explain this for you. You ever do the rum, the biscuit and the cigarette one, right? And you have a family member that just drink. And anytime they drink, they're still into somebody totally different. Anytime they drink. But when they're sober, they is them. And when they drink, they're different. Right. I'm going to tell you what this happened. You see, when you do this prayers, or the person who ever do your prayers, they offer them rum and cigarette. So they get them drunk. So this Landi, for he to survive in your land, he had to be drunk always. And he always had to be smoking. So when you see he can't get his rum, he just come into one of the family members and they sort of act like a fool. Act stupid. They wouldn't lie, man, joke and thing, and when they get drunk and they wouldn't sort of cuss and thing, they just go and sleep. They sort of cuss and want to pull cutlass with this one and that one and thing. Because the Landi, when you do the rum prayers, you offer the Landi rum. So he was drunk, he drink that rum. So he drunk. And when you see he want to drink rum, or when you need the rum, because you offer him rum, he can't come into your house and drink rum. You offer that when you was doing your Landi. So he will find somebody who just drink rum and turn them to a different person. So it will be the same person that you ever take that into consideration. You ever see anybody in your house drink rum and say like you're like a jackass or like an ass, and you do a rum prayers in your land? Well, take into consideration what now say. They say like you're like I said an ass. I want to fight this one and nobody know on them, nobody want to say like you're like I said a jackass. Right. That is the rum one. So you understand what happened there. Now the third one, no pre-responding, nobody don't do it. You know why? Because it just keep the place calm. That is why I'm going to explain this to you now. And now when I explain this, you don't have to call me anymore, you don't have to invite me anymore, because it's everything I share. The same thing I come and tell you, is the same thing I share in here. Right? No, don't get me wrong, don't say I don't want to come or anything like that. But you see, you got a better understanding of what's going on. So now you're going to know. And when you have a better understanding, you don't need me anymore. Right? But remember, I still is the one teacher. But you have a lot of things still into this that you need to learn, and now you need to watch your video. But it's okay, I understand. That is why I'm teaching you it, and you can just play back on your TV hundreds of times and get a better understanding. You can show each family member and etc. That is why I put it up on YouTube. And I am the first one that posting it up there. You go through YouTube and you go see, ask them YouTube anything about this, I never pop up, you'll find me. So always remember that I am the first one on YouTube that did this. So be really appreciate for what I am teaching you. And anytime you have a little prayers and you want to find me, you know my number, right? Watch back the rest of the videos, you go find me. Call me, come and eat, come online with you. Right? Anyway, let me get back serious. Right, the third one that nobody do explain there and you never know, I'm going to explain now to you. Listen to me carefully. I explain the first one about the blood. I explain the second one about the rum. Go back and reel back the video and watch them and understand what I just explained. You got a better understanding. The third and final one, 3 Ds it have. Like the Saturday, The reason why they call it the Saturday because you have nothing like rum or sacrificing an animal or nothing like that. This one is a normal day that you could do. Anybody in your house could do who willing to do it every 6 months, every year. Everybody in your house have a favorite food. Your son might like rice. Your daughter go like dal. Your mother go like chicken. Your father, your husband go like peas. Let me just draw 4 reference, right? Just 4 people living in here. Just draw a reference. If it's 6 people, 6 different food. If it's 8 people, 8 different food, and etc. etc. Right? What food you just cook every single week? In we house, we just cook rice, bhaji, dal, bodi, chicken, fry aloo, tomato choka, sometimes fish. So that let me just say 5 different food, 5 food every week just cook in we house. So that is the food you need to give your day. Yeah, you didn't think about that, ain't? Let me explain why. So you do ED, you go and do an ED. Let me tell you how to do ED first before we get into that. First thing first, when you're doing a D, you have to do a D. You have to fast 1 day before you do the D. 1 day, just 1 day. The reason why, because you're prepping to cook food. And when you're cooking food for people, it has to be clean. So when you're cooking food for your day, you have to be clean as well. Follow me through. That 1 day you fast. You have no interaction with nobody and no wherever and wherever, right? You're clean for that day. Whoever doing the day, that is the person who doing the day, right? You just wake up in the morning, you bathe, you make sure and wash back all your wares clean, and you cook your food, whatever food you do. I will explain all this in the video a little later on, right? When you do all of this, you cook your food and you do whatever you need to do, you're clean. You go back and you bathe now and you get prepped to do your Landi, right? Now, when you're doing a Landi, you have to be clean, as I said before. So, how are going to know what food to give him? Well, this is what I'm going to answer now. The 6 food or the 8 people that are living in here, each one of them have a favorite food. As I explained that for you, right? So each one of this food you're going to cook. There's 8 people living in this house. There's 8 food that they like. They can eat it every day. It must have a food you can eat every day. Like I can eat doubles every day. You can eat curry chicken every day. Right? There must be 1 chicken too, and I'm going to explain it to you. Hold on and watch the video. Right, so we have 8 people eating 8 different food. So each one of them that like whatever food you that cook that, the person who doing the D, that is the one that go and share the food. But you cannot shoot hard the food. You know, it's shoot hard like taste the food. You don't taste the food by the time you're cooking it. You have to average that food. So if you feeling hungry, you know, you do something, get up 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And cook your food and eat that food. Inside the house or outside the house, wherever you're cooking. And whatever pot you use to cook that food, do not use back that pot. Because you want a night to go across, that 24 hours, I'm going to explain all this for you. And everything was clean. Nobody didn't eat in them pot. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be clean. So you could cook your food, eat your bread and cheese, whatever inside, but don't interfere with this food you're going to cook. When you cook these 8 food, you don't taste it. You make sure to average it, because whoever does cook in your house and who does cook the best, let them cook it. So they know a good average, and that food must be tasting the way it's accustomed tasting. You cook these 8 food because I have 8 people in your house. I just average, and it could be less, it could be more. Just showing you a reference. So if you don't understand, go back and watch the video. You 8 people in the house. You cook these 8 people different food and what they like. Right? If that 1 person in your house, you can cook like 4 dishes that you like. Right? Your dishes must be more than 4 dishes because you want them to come and eat. You don't want to put roti and fry alone for him. You want him to come and have different choices to choose from, so he go figure out which food he like more. Same thing like you have a child and you know what food them like. You're treating him as family. You're not treating him as a slave. Don't get me wrong. You have to treat him like family for he to take care of your place and take care of you. So you give him the 8 food. You cook the 8 food. The person who doing the day, they have to be clean. The people, everybody in the family man can cook the food, but the one who has to be the cleanest is the one that's going to give the food. That one don't have to be interacting with nobody or getting themselves close to anybody or anything within that 24 hours period. You understand what I'm saying? could be a man, it could be a woman, it could be your son, it could be your daughter, it doesn't matter. No, let me just explain the food thing first, right? And I'll explain other things in that. So you cook these food now, this 8 food, and you're ready to go and share it. How to share the food? Well, 12 o'clock, doesn't matter what day, before that sun hit 12 o'clock up in the air, you're going and find your closest fig tree. If you do not have a fig tree, no problem. Go and get one and bury it in the yard and wait 3 days after and then do your D. The reason why I tell you get one and put it in your 3 days, you have to let a fig tree root sprang to the bottom of the earth. Right? It had to feel the earth and make sure that you didn't know that this fig tree is firm. That way, wait 3 days, or you can wait a week, 2 weeks, doesn't matter. Once it passed 3 days. Right? So 3 days, that sun had to go up 3 times and come back down to make sure that root and that tree, that D, know that that fig tree could be here for permanent. Right? There's use a fig tree. I'm going to explain everything, just watch. So you're doing this. You're going to cut down now the same tree you plant, that same fig tree, or the same fig tree you have closest to your house. You have to put it in the back of your house. Don't put it in front of your house because you don't want to living in front of your house. You want it to be in the back of your house so you can control everything. People who just come there say you have to be in front. Alright, so who taking care of the back, you idiot? Common sense. Put him in the back. Let you own the whole place. The whole thing is here. Give him the whole thing. Right? So put the fig tree closer. If the fig tree inside your house is okay. If it's in the front of the house, move it and put it in the back of the house. You want them to be in the whole entire place. You understand what I'm saying? Right? You can move the fig tree. The fig tree was already in your land. Just put it in the back of your house. They said put nothing in the back of your house, right? But if you put them in the front of the house, right? Who protecting the back? Think about it. It's common sense. So these idiots just have them in front there and all the back and all going on the side in your house and put them in the back of the house. So that is hewn. Yeah, all that fruit trees and thing, all that is hewn. Just let him know that. That all them thing is yours. You enjoy yourself. Right. If you don't understand what I'm talking about a fig tree. Right? You cut on a fig, the youngest fig leaf it have, you clean it, you wash them, and you put the food on it. You're going and carry the person who does do the D, whoever the person is. Right? You don't offer him something to drink. You offer him 3 things. Water, milk, and soft drink. Let me tell you why. You like milk. I don't like milk. You like soft drink. I don't like soft drink. You don't like water. I like water. So you give him 3. You give him a choice. Which one he like, he will drink. Understand what I'm saying, eh? Understand what I'm saying. Everybody have a choice. So you have to know what choice to give him. And you give him milk, water, and some soft drink. Right? Let him choose the choice. Same thing with food. You have 8 food, you go choose the one he like more. Now how I gonna know which food he like more? You're not supposed to know that. That is why you put 8 food, 8 people living in your house and 8 favorite food. When he hungry, you will come and eat what he want. Not from the ground, but he will come in your kitchen and eat. Why they just call it Satta? Because them 8 dishes is what I just cook every day in all the house. Every God make a day, if for that week, that 7 days, damn food cooking. So when you see he wake up and he hungry, where you think he going? Right in the kitchen and eating. It ain't causing no bacchanal because if you like curry chicken and rice, that curry chicken and rice and that food when you offer him the first time. Right? If you like bhaji and rice, that bhaji because there is 8 people with 8 favorite food. So it on that D, it on that fig leaf, and that is where you offer when you do your D. So now he gonna know which food he like, and when he hungry, he won't cause no bacchanal because them food always cooking. So you just come into your kitchen, when you cook, you go feel them, you must feel that chill. You go eat and you go eat back to your normal life. Well, wherever, if you understand what I mean. But you didn't know that. They will never teach you that because it's a money making business. And you take my nonsense that I talking and you go realize it's common sense. Right? And they hire me spend a lot of money for nonsense. But you feed them. And the food that everybody just eat in that house, it always there because every week a day. So if he getting what he want, how are you going to make problems. And you is he owner. Well, not literally owner, but that is your family. Because everything all it does eat in the house, you offer it him. So you welcome him into the house. And that is how you just get your Landi to work for you, not against you. You understand what I say now? So I hope this one now teacher make a lot of sense, eh? I hope so. So let me break it back down for you to understand a little more. Chicken, why chicken? And one of your family member love chicken, so why not give it to him? It not living. Somebody already do the sacrifice on that. You didn't do that. You just cook it and put it for him. It's up to he if he like it or not. Because one of that 8 person in the house like chicken, and that they can eat chicken every day. Curry, stew, fry, bake, boil. You understand? Roast. Every day them can eat chicken. But I one of the person living in the house and that is what they like. So offer it to him as well. Even though he's a Hindu, it must have, if it's vegetarian, you offer him the vegetarian food. But if there's somebody eating meat in your house every single day, like you have a husband, I can't do it all my meat, girl, when my meat. But that's your husband's favorite food. So put it on that. So when he hungry, remember you poured 8 dishes for he to eat, you know? So he go choose which one he like. And every time he cook in that kitchen, every single week, he go come in and he go eat when he hungry. That's your reference, right? The same as do Adi every year, correct, right? And it is rest your Landi. But you know if your Landi hungry or not. How you know? You can't tell. Because if you eat now, 8 hours after, you're hungry. So that's why you just do it that way. You understand what I say now? So when you're cooking this food 7 days per week, the same 8 food you offer him constantly, and you're hungry, and every year, you decide to do a Landi now. Right? During that whole year, it was no bacchanal. You want me to tell you why it was no bacchanal? Huh? Because you do the right thing by feeding them. If you understand what I'm saying, all the food was already there. Your favorite food.